Looking forward to 85 laps of great competition here in Toronto. It's a little cloudier than it was predicted to be, but the 25th anniversary Honda Indy Toronto gets the green flag. Here we go.
Wow. Dixon didn't waste any time getting in line when that spot opened, did he? He didn't want to go on the outside.
He definitely tucked in, and you could see Will Power's eager to get a good start. He doesn't want those Ganassi cars in front of him. Ganassi have got two teammates there to help, or a teammate to help, and he doesn't have that.
As Mike Conway running in third, and Dario trying to make the pass to the inside, but was unable to do so. Two abreast through this corner here, and it looks like everybody is going to get through safely. All right.
There may have been a bit of nose-to-tail contact between some Penske teammates. Looked like Briscoe and Castro Neves, but again, reasonably clean into turn 3. That's a good start.
That was a little love tap for the Penske teammates right there, just showing each other some friendship.
Scott Dixon staying right with Will Power here. Mike Conway back a little bit in third position. They come off of quarter number 11 and complete lap number 1 of 85.
But I've got to tell you, Dixon's going to pile the pressure on Power. He's desperate to, to get a win, and he's going to be doing everything he can.
Franchitti 4th, Serbia 5th, and Ray Hall, Bourdais, Hunter Ray, Tagliani, and Wilson are the top 10. Field spreading out just a little bit as they come off of the second corner and head down into turn number 3 once again. There's Scott Dixon, second place right now, chasing down the leader of the race. Will Power took the lead at the drop of the green flag.
It's amazing they got through that first lap. I mean, because it's almost like an accordion effect when you get in here. This is Wilson right here.
Now look over to the right. You'll see that Briscoe gets right into the back of Tagliani, then into Ryan Hunter-Ray. On board with Briscoe.
That's a pretty good shot right there.
Ryan Briscoe has reported back, we get from the pits, that he thinks he may have wing damage in that contact.
And he lost a couple of positions, back to 13th now. The man who has made the greatest move, Dan Weldon, not surprisingly, is Paul Tracy, who's gained 5 spots.
Oh, that man's on a mission. But you know what was very surprising to me was how they gave each other room going into turn 3 on that first lap. I was expecting.
Whoa! Just as you were saying.
Turning Kanaan. Oh, and he's got damage. He's got damage.
Briscoe and Kanaan come together, and there is Tony Kanaan as the first yellow comes out. First full course caution.
And I can guarantee you, being Brazilian, he's not very calm right now.
Well, let's take a look at it in replay.
Boy, it almost looked like Briscoe when he took off, it kind of pushed into Tony Kanaan.
Late contact.
It's pretty close, guys. They didn't give each other very much room. Briscoe's, just had to turn out because of a little bit of oversteer. That kind of pulled him away from the wall and caught him.
And I agree. Look, Tony Kanaan leaves it open. Tony Kanaan knows that he's there. Tony gives him room, but just as you both said, that front gives up, gets right into him, and Tony's got to be thinking, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. I gave you the inside line. You still punted me into the tires.
Take a look at it once again. Look for damage on Briscoe. I don't see any from that.
You'd be surprised. You can hit, as long as Briscoe hit another car square, and you'd be surprised if you hit square, you can actually hit a car in front of you. Not that I've done this, guys. I'm just saying, you can hit a car pretty hard, and it doesn't do too much damage.
4 laps completed here at Toronto in the Honda Indy Toronto under caution because of an incident involving Ryan Briscoe and Tony Kanaan. Will Power is your leader.
Out of this race early after the contact, and Tony not real pleased, so we have a real good idea now of where he thinks the fault lies in this incident.
There's no question about that. I mean, he's got a reason to be angry. When he left plenty of room, like Jon said earlier, and it's kind of like one of those deals where when you leave that much room and you still get hit, you just shake your head and go, what are you thinking about?
Why did I leave the room at all?
Yeah.
I should have chopped him.
Well, it's an early out for Tony Kanaan here this afternoon, and Briscoe, because of the pit stop, has dropped back to 25th position. We did have some other cars that came in for a brief stop during this caution period. This is the 15th consecutive race that Will Power has led on a street or road course. The last road course race he did not lead was here in Toronto 2 years ago. Of course, he's the defending champion, having won here in the streets last year. On board with James Hinchcliffe here, who's up to 11th position.
Bob, I think James Hinchcliffe and Oriol Servia, both Newman Haas cars, they seem, you know, very good over a long run. The warm-up was promising for them, and here we go for a double file restart.
Yep, here they come off of corner number 11. Nice formation. Wow, for the restart. Green comes out once again.
And look at Conway. He's going to try for the inside. Oh, no, Scott just shut the door there.
And look at Franchitti try to take third from
he's got it.
Conway, and he does.
He nearly got around his teammate too.
Yeah.
He was pushing the envelope, but we saw Dario in Iowa, fighter, doesn't like to sit behind, and he's not going to like Will Power leading.
So will Dixon try to make a move right now in turn 3? He looked at it.
Tagliani around
side
the
by
outside of
side.
Hunter Ray.
Oh, wow, look at this.
That's pretty impressive right there.
That's a lot of rows of 2x2. Tony Kanaan was wishing that would have worked with Briscoe.
There's Marco going around the outside of Paul Tracy. That's a brave boy right there.
Oh, and now Tracy's on the outside.
Not much room there.
Yeah, and Paul Tracy won that battle, as I would have probably expected, to tell you the truth.
Remember, Marco Andretti is in different colors. He's in the red Dr. Pupper color. Sorry, that's Saavedra now going to the inside of Bourdais.
Nice pass right there.
Saavedra, we mentioned, was very quick in practice this morning, 4th quick, so he may have a car to contend with, or at least for a top 10 car. Back up front, we have Power by about 2 car lengths over Scott Dixon. And Robbie Floyd is with, I'm sure, a very disappointed Tony Kanaan.
Extremely disappointed. Talking about Saavedra had a top 10 car. You thought you had a top 10 car, I'm sure, after passing 4 cars in that first lap.
It was so stupid. I mean, he had plenty of room. I don't know what he did, but right in the beginning of the race, I mean, why you want to do that? I mean, plenty of room to pass, and I guess when your teammate's winning a lot and you're not, you feel under pressure, so he took it on me.
And you told me before the race you were going to, it looks like we have a crash with Danica in there, and one of your teammates, Takuma Sato.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. A stupid move, silly moves, that's what happens. And on my end, very disappointed. I didn't expect that from Ryan. He's a guy that runs in the front all the time, so very, very disappointed.
The guys said what you said as well. He probably shouldn't have been in that position. You were saying to me earlier that you were going to try and take it easy those first few laps, especially try and play things out.
And I was. I mean, I had a great start and gained, 4 positions, and I was just hanging in there. I saw Ryan coming. I did what I was supposed to do in the braking. I move over. He lost control and hit me. So I would like to see a penalty on him because, taking the car out and, we're going for the championship, and he's fighting with me for the 5th spot, so we'll see what's going to happen.
Back to you, Bob.
Tony Kanaan is 4th in the point standings heading into this event, 92 behind the leader, Dario Franchitti. As the rest of the field comes through now, turn number 3, where the incident involving Danica Patrick and Takuma Sato took place.
As a tire going down, she will make it to pit lane. Let's see. So she goes to the inside of Sato. That is turn 1, and the incident, of course, was in turn 3. So it looks like Sato may try to get that position back. Oh, no, he just gets into the back of her.
Well, it almost looked like he was going to go to her left, and she was kind of going to the left. It looked like they were kind of aiming for the same spot of the track. I think it took him off guard.
Looking over the Patrick car very closely to see if they have any other damage. Hopefully she can get back in competition. We don't have a full course caution. It was only a area caution.
Guys,
and so race is continuing.
Sometimes what can happen is when you sit very tight behind another car and you go to brake over those bumps, the car doesn't have that same level of downforce. It gets light, and unfortunately you run right into the back of the car in front.
And it is bumpy going into the 3, and we saw yesterday during qualifying into turn number 8.
Guys, it's amazing. Your feet actually move around in the floor of the car. It's those changes of surface too, which not only is it bumpy, but it takes away grip from the race car. And this is why the circuit is such a challenge.
Right there is turn number 8. Little bumpy going through there.
And Graham Rahal's having a good race, staying with Mike Conway. He's been quick all weekend, and, you know, he's part of that Ganassi stable, so they're obviously very, very comfortable.
There's Rahal running back in 5th position. There's Mike Conway, who is currently in 4th, and Rahal right behind him. Once again, the driver who has gained the most positions since the green flag is Paul Tracy, who has moved up 9, and Charlie Kimball has gained 5 positions.
And Mike Conway is going to be happy with where he's at right now. He's had a really tough run, has done a phenomenal job all weekend, and you know, be kind of just letting the race play out and hopefully move forward with some pit stops.
And there is Paul Tracy, who currently runs in the 15th position, flying Make-A-Wish colors here in this race. Simona De Silvestro in the green car, number 78.
Boys, I can tell you, Vitor Meira is going to be looking in his mirror under braking for turn 3, because you never know where Tracy's going to come from. I can promise you that much.
There are the 3 biggest movers. Sebastian Saavedra has also gained 4 spots, moving from 15th to 11th.
Yeah, Tracy, I talked to Paul this morning. He was pretty frustrated after the qualifying deal. He really felt that they had a much better car and knew they were going to have to do some things to get some track position today.
We have the use of some, there's Danica. She is back on track, but just ahead of Will Power. We have the super slow-mo for you today, watching these cars go